Hello and welcome to this episode of Shine Like a Diamond. Today I have the blessing to have beautiful friend, sister, and gorgeous being, Lynda Northcott, with me. Yeah, we've been friends for some time and we've spent, I think, just one time together. For me, it actually feels like we've spent many physical times together on earth in this life, so I think there's quite a deep connection for us in past life because I think actually it's only been the one time at Castle Hill, but you can clarify that. But it feels like there's many. So welcome, great to have you, and yeah, nice to be here.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. It's a true honor to be here. And you're right. And we're finding more of our soul family, is seems to be a real thing lately in the last even year or couple of years that people are just magnetizing together. And yeah, I've certainly have that connection with you, which that's really awesome. And yeah, Castle Hill was it, but that was such a deep happening anyway that that was worth lifetimes.
Yes, it was very special, but that is the only time we've met in person, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fascinating. Because, you have those connections with some people. As I was feeling into you coming on the show, I keep getting this. Is there other times? Like, I really feel like we've just hung out quite often, you know? Um, so
Yeah,
it's quite
probably in the dream
special.
space.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, it's just nice to start with you sharing a bit about your journey. I like to kind of help the listeners know a bit about the people that come on, and feel it's always good to kind of get an insight to like their childhood, how intuitive they were or not, just whatever you want to share, and then whether there was a catalyst or something, or whether you were quite supported in being conscious along your journey to getting to where you are now, but at the younger ages and teenagers and young adult kind of stages would be awesome.
All righty. Okay. Okay. Linda Land bio. Here we go. I'm a child of three. I'm the youngest daughter and I live in Taranaki. I've got some Māori heritage, just a smidgen, but I really want to dive into that a lot more than I have. So I'm Te Atiawa and Ngāti descent. And oh yes, so we had a little farmlet thingy that I've always grown up on. So I've never really lived in town until I grew up. And I was a very sensitive child, really sensitive child. I didn't necessarily remember seeing spirit or anything to that regard, but just I pick up on everything. And my father was quite a harsh. I've got over the daddy issues now, but he's a very grumpy man, very, very quick to anger, quick to anger. And I know, yeah, I was very hurt often just by being a real softie when I was younger. And so, yeah. So Lindaland childhood, I was quite rebellious. I had two older brothers that never got into trouble, and I kind of did. And I had non-conformance to my high school testimonial. So I was a little bit rebellious, a little bit naughty, and quite lost, I would have to say. Yeah, and no self-esteem, no love of self, no real self-pride or things like that. So yeah, I drank a lot. I smoked a lot of drugs and did a lot of things like that when I was younger. And I think part of that is also if we're very much starseed. This was a theory I had years ago. I must dig deep to see if I still think this, but I think that was our normal state of being, was in this. We liked being floating around up here, and that's where we felt. That's when we sort of grounded. We weren't. I don't know if I was ready to do that. Although deep love of nature. So the trees hugely. I used to suffer a lot from eczema. I was born with lots of sensitivities, lots of allergies, and trees really helped me. Just if I was really, 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 really itchy, I'd just go hang on a tree. And I really, now you really talk to the trees and connect on a deep level. I'm always plucking out hairs. That old shamanic thing, when you leave a tree, you leave something of yours behind. So I always, pluck out a hair and I leave it in the bark or whatever when I've been communing with a tree. Yeah, so at least I've still got plenty left. So okay. So yes, and then What did I do? I really wanted to travel. I still would love, 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 love to travel. Especially now I want to go to all the sacred sites of the world. But I didn't. I got engaged. I became pregnant, and that was when I was 22. And yeah, still lost, still looking to be saved by someone. And I did nursing. I did my nursing training, so I always had the ability to make people feel good or calm people down. Oops, sorry, that's a rock. As you do, I was surrounded with yeah, so, and that worked really well in my nursing career, because I could know what was going on and just, yeah, very, very calming for people. You know, I'd say I walk into a room and, you know, those 4-bedded, 6-bedded, horrible little hospital rooms that they used to have, and it would just go, yeah, which was nice. And back then I didn't know I could make a living out of doing that. So, yeah. And I ended up at Middlemore. I was a charge nurse at Middlemore, and the relationship turned to custard. I ran home to mother, and I started studying massage therapy, and through that got introduced to Reiki and more and through that just kept learning massively from there. I was in a very controlling relationship for about 12, 13 years where I wasn't quite narcissistic even. So I wasn't allowed to explore that side of myself. I was very isolated. Prior to that, I'd been very interested in esoteric. So always interested in esoteric. I remember reading Seth Speaks when I was a teenager, and that was the first sample of, you know, multi-dimensional thinking, and that was just whoa. And I also read John Keough, and he was Mind Power, and that was all about, of course, didn't mention your vibration at that stage, but it was, you know, you are what you think, and you think what you think attracts things to you. So I was, yeah, always open to stuff like that. And then since, yeah, probably been a Reiki practitioner for the last 20 years. Love, yeah, just love everything really. Love nature, the seasons, the cycles. I buzz out on quantum physics, and I love teaching. Love teaching. Yeah. So I've had a clinic for a long time, and I teach a lot of things, energetics or Reiki master. So I teach Reiki, and I used to run workshops. I used to call them the magical mystery tours. and they were just, you know, so yeah. And I gave up like being a binge drinker only probably a few years ago, actually, really. And yeah. And then just always constantly working on self. Yeah. Actively every day. So yes, there you go.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful sharing. Yeah, it's amazing when we come together and we share about our journeys, and I feel for a lot of us there's a lot of similarities. You know, you can, oh yeah, I had those kind of sensitivities, and yeah, oh yeah, went down that road with drugs and alcohol, and you know, and yeah, nature was always there. Nature was the one thing that really helped you, you know, just brought you back to yourself and centered you in, and that whole world disappeared, you know, all that, for me, you know, all that chaos and difficulties and challenges and everything. And yeah, it's fascinating what you say about being a nurse as well, because it just reminded me of when I worked at Hohepa with special needs youth, and they are special, but not in the way, you know, it's nice to give them another name. Even I have had some say we're different abilities, you know.
Yeah.
And it is hard to give them because yeah, we don't want to be called identified as a certain way of being, you know. They are incredible, they're amazing teachers. And in that environment I also had that with people, found that when they worked with me on shift, they were a lot calmer in themselves, you know, and I had that energy so I feel that's part of our frequencies and purpose, that we come here and, like you say, we're not aware, you know, that we have this natural gift, and when it's so natural, like you're sharing with yours, you don't even recognize it, you know, it just is. And yeah, you don't really know, oh, I've got this gift, because it's just so naturally there. And I feel sometimes we even believe that everyone's like that, you know, we just go, oh, this is how everyone is, and until someone goes, no, I don't do that, or no, it's you've got this da da da, and you go, oh, okay, am I see something else there? Yeah, so and I find it, yeah, really cool how you got on the journey. I think for a long time, 20 years of being a Reiki practitioner, that's pretty special. So that's nice to have that calling from such a length of time. How have you found yourself evolve with that? Like Reiki, has that evolved within you on how you practice, or has it brought in other modalities, or what's been your experience with that for
Yeah.
over that 20 years?
For a long time, I was looking for this magic switch. So I'd learn a modality and that would be it. That would be my thing. I love Reiki because it's so all-encompassing, and it's so non-judgmental, and it's so available. Where a lot of these things I've studied different modalities, and you pay a small fortune and then you're registered, or it's they won't, it's just got a different feel to it. So, but I did learn I did theta healing, bars, different workshops, different spiritual sort of like workshops, or all sorts of things. And but it wouldn't be the fit. It just wasn't my fit. It just wasn't me. And so I pulled little bits, there's probably little bits I do out of all of it. Yeah. Clinic, I have a gorgeous little whare in the bushes at home that I work out of, that I've put all the elements in there, and it's really quiet normally. And and then there's birds and whatnot. And there it depends, each time's different, and it depends what that person needs. But but it is a lot of energy work goes in there. So a lot of Reiki type stuff, but sometimes I'll have my hands on and I feel vibrations. My hands have been heating up all day. Probably because I knew I was coming here. But I've incorporated sound. I very rarely heal now without sound coming through, because the vibration of sound just hits. It just accelerates everything, makes it so much quicker to come through, and even if things are just a little bit hesitant, it'll just open it all up. So yeah, I use a lot of sound, and that can be either my voice, or I've got my drum. I've got a beautiful goatskin drum that I adore. And yeah, various bowls and bells things. Or it can be just my voice, and it can be just, and it's not always pretty. Yeah, it's not like always melodious. Yeah, but it works. Just great.
Yeah, that's great. So you brought that intuitive nature of yourself through, and when you say it shifts with the sounds, and um, does that mostly for the patient sitting on the table, so it helps them maybe if they've got some resistance, that they open up, and you move through it, or does that also help you access more of yourself and what you want to bring through to assist them?
Yeah, it's probably the channel. Like, I know whenever I'm in there, I'm never there on my own. It's not really me. It's me. But it's you're channeling all the time, and then I get different dialects and different sounds coming through. The, so the person I'm working with is lying on the table, and sometimes they're with you, and sometimes they're they're on their own little journey. They often see things and experience things, but well, they are with me. But yeah, sometimes I'll work with them. Like, if something's really stuck, I will ask them to bring like the elements in, like either bring fire in, or water in, or air, and I'll get them to feel, because often they can, when you're working on something stuck in the body, they can often sense it as well. And then if we can get them to give it a color or a texture, then and then they can, and then to visualize this method of it leaving their body while I'm doing my thing, that's quite effective too. Yeah. So sometimes I work with them, and in that way, and sometimes I let them go on their own, own little. trip.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And the elements, how did that come into your healing?
Actually, my Reiki, who I did my Reiki masters through, Kate introduced me to that. To do it that way, and really, it empowers the person that you're working with as well. Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty
So,
good.
and can you read what element they're more connected to, or is it
I
depending on
don't
what kind of,
ask, really.
right?
Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I imagine, but I don't. I'm too busy doing what I'm doing. Yeah. So I'm connecting to Creator, which is what I do before every healing, and so I'm sort of commanding this. Yeah, I'm doing my own little rhetoric in my head while they're doing their thing. Yeah, so I suppose it doesn't. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it that much.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I don't try and overthink. Lately, I've started visualizing actual organs and things. Another gorgeous healer here actually had me around when she was and sort of taught me part of the way that she does things. She's an amazing woman. You must get her on. I'll share you her details. She was incredible. And so that's actually looking into like seeing. It's the same with theta healing, I suppose, too, is seeing the organ and then sort of searching around there and seeing anything that needs repairing or seeing any little blotchy bits, and then dealing with them in various ways and getting rid of it that way. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, that sounds
It's always a
amazing.
learning curve. It's always, yeah. And once I got called. I had a lady there, and I got kawa. I said, okay, right, kawa. And sometimes I can just see a color, or put it in there. But no, I had to go outside and grab this kawa, and I was sort of thinking, oh God, I can't bash her with it. It's like, what am I supposed to do with it? But I just had to just wave it around, and it just had to be in there. And yeah, so you're just going to be open and not fixed and what you think is going to happen next, really.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I totally resonate with that, and that's, I feel having such a length of time working with energy for yourself that you're always open for more to come in, and you're evolving and your frequency's rising. So more things come through, you have a bigger toolkit, you have more accessibility to higher frequency things, and um, anything that is required for that patient
Yeah,
to have their
yeah.
session. And
Like
for
dragon
the
energy.
so the light language and sound and all that, is that something you studied or it just came naturally?
No, I haven't actually. No, I haven't studied any of that. That just came through. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes I have a dragon. Dragon energy is really good fun. And I use crystals a little bit too, like grid work on people or around. Only if it's called. Yeah.
And the dragons just come on board as well?
Lately, a rainbow dragon. Yeah, a rainbow dragon. Yeah, yeah. Which is helping keep me clean as well, because I've found I've had to do a lot more clearing. You know, in the last. Possibly this year, in the last few months. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, for
Of
whatever.
your own energy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so the dragons, how do you work with them and for what reason?
Sometimes it's just breathing. Like I can sense the dragon there, and it's just all I have to do is I'm just holding space, but doing really big breaths. Yeah, and sometimes I can just sort of I'll ask. I can feel him there, and I can sort of ask him to just either if I know I'm going into a certain environment that I might need a little bit extra, or just to keep me clear. Yeah, yeah. And I think he just around the aura type thing with little smoky rainbow things.
That's cool. So do you just invoke it, or you have an intention, or how does it? Because I find, we all work differently with energies, and I work with a dragon. I know the person I talked with yesterday works with dragon energy. We didn't go into it on the podcast, but we will. So I think it's cool, yeah, how you work with your dragon energy.
Yeah, they're coming through a lot more. I feel. Years ago, I used to do go to this other lovely shaman, Peter, and he made my drum actually together. And he used to do dragon journeys, and he'd just drum, and we'd go on dragon journeys. And then you were kind of in that space, and you would, you might meet your dragon, and then you could see what color he was, or go on a little frolic. With I initially, it's more of a sense with but if no, I also no, I don't lie. I do call them in as well. I haven't really stopped to thought about it, but I do actually, if I'll actually ask, are you there? Hey, dragon, and then I'll feel it come in, and then I'll sort of say, hey, do you think, or can you deliver? Yeah. It's interesting as we sort of develop this relationship. I've had different sort of feeling ones at different times, like little cheeky ones or big ones, and this is different yet again.
Is what's required for the situation you're in, eh?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
The little cheeky ones. They
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
those cheeky ones, not just dragons, but beings in general, they can get you into a bit of trouble as well because they love being so cheeky.
I have to watch out for that.
Mischief, it's like, hey, let's have some mischief.
Yeah, wow, that's your elementals too, isn't it?
Very much, yeah.
That's why if I am doing anything with especially fairies, I always go truth. Okay, truth. And if I say truth beforehand, well, then you're least likely to sort of get led around that's my truth point of view anyway.
Yeah, that's cool. I use truth as well and those kind of times. So yeah, that's perfect. Good to hear. So also you've shared that Energetic Bee came on board. So that's a Facebook page that you've created. You felt a calling to go deeper, be more out there. So yeah, would you like to share something
Yeah, that
about
was
that?
interesting. That was about early 2020, maybe the year, just about the year before, and that's when I gave up the party animal ways. So I would sort of, I wouldn't party animal before I had clinic, but I could party animal on the weekend and recover after a couple of days. Then I could fly week and then I'd do it all again. And yes, so that was when I sort of decided, I had to actively do more work on self. So I got my first personal coach that year as well, and I started this Facebook page, and that was before the COVID and everything hit, you see. So it was actually really good to have so it was a safe space with no judgment, no sides or anything, for people to jump on and just gather. So it was just a lovely and I would be pretty idiotic, I must admit. I do silly things and take crazy videos, and it was good fun. I did a live carrot dig one day. So you had to pick which was the biggest carrot or something. I do just stupid things, whatever happened at the time. And so that's when Energetic Bee. And it was really, just teaching people about energetics, or the, like vibrations, frequencies, all the rest of it. But it was just a safe, funny little place to hang. So no, that was good. So it was interesting. I just thought that without thinking I was at all being intuitive or anything, but just the fact that I did bring that on board just before, everyone got a bit scattered. So that was good.
Yeah, good to be that, childish nature, to just be playful and be silly and laugh at ourselves and have fun. It's such an important energy,
I don't know if I do it as much anymore. Yeah.
And from bringing that forward, what do you feel it's given yourself, to put yourself more out there and be more active in that way?
Oh, yeah, that was, sometimes that was a challenge. In a way, having a private group was a good sort of dipping your toe in the water. So I didn't have, like, anyone could go in there basically, but you didn't have, actually my father did go on there, but I was so expansive from Facebook. But anyway, but you're not necessarily being seen by a lot of people, or your people you went to school with, or your family members, or it's in a private group of a fashion, a public private group. So I haven't turned anyone away, and but yeah. So that was probably a good way to start, and then I guess I just learned not to. I like to say I don't worry at all what people think of me, or I'm very authentic. I don't what you see is what you get. But I suppose there's a little part in all of us that if someone was really nasty, that would still that would still potentially make you uncomfortable. But I actually I go on my public site now and do and say whatever and do whatever. Yeah. But that when I started, it was probably a smaller exposure. And yeah, so it's a good way, for me, I suppose it did make it a little more comfortable. Some people thought it was mad, and some people still do, but that's okay. It's okay.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It is. Like you say, it's just about being authentic, isn't it? And true to yourself, and having no attachment, and just saying, well, this feels good. I'm just going to go for it. And people want to come along and join me. Awesome. If they don't, awesome as well. It's like everything in life. We resonate with certain things, and we're all on our own journey. So it's important just to honor what we feel in ourselves.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So for you, how would you feel about sharing a little bit of your sound with us today? Or you
Yeah.
don't have to.
I could do no, I could do a little thing. We could do a little thing.
A little thing,
Because
a
I
little
know
thing that might blow us away into other realms.
no, because I won't, because often I'll take us into it, like I'll take us, but I know we haven't got time to go into a deep how much time have we got, Jacob?
Well, yeah, as long as you want. I mean, the max I kind of go for with these is around an hour. So,
Yeah. Oh, we could do a
um,
little thing then. It's nicer to get right in that space.
yeah.
And I know I did think earlier today when my hands were really heating up that it's probably going to be like a healing channel. Yeah, it could be what we'll just do a little something. Hey. So
Okay, awesome.
I've got none of my toys here, they're all in clinic, but I've got me, so it'll do. All right, so what I would like everyone to do, please, if you feel called and comfortable, and if you are comfortable and you're in a place ideally where you won't be disturbed, is to just start taking some light deep breaths and just to close those eyes down when you're ready. Just start taking some nice deep breaths into your body, becoming even more and more fully present. Just taking these gorgeous breaths just for you. Nice deep belly breaths. Just going to ask them, going to send to our spirit selves, send to our higher selves, send to our I am. We're going to bring our attention down to the beautiful earth as we fully ground. We bring our energies down from our tailbone, down from our feet, and down into the luscious earth below. Past all the structures and deep, deep down. And in the very core. She recognizes us. She loves us unconditionally. She gathers these beautiful roots. She plugs them into our own unique portal. And you get this beautiful, beautiful glow of energy. Comes back up through our roots. Touching the earth as it goes. The rocks, the crystals, sacred waters. The roots of growth and trees. Back into our body. into every cell, every blood, every bone. This beautiful glow rises your ankles, your knees, your hips, through every organ, every cell. Opening the chakras, aligning, opening and softening the beautiful heart space. Your higher heart, your throat, third eye, crown. Those beautiful cells and petals open. And you open up and raise your energy up, 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 up. Sun, to the central sun. Up to that beautiful, expansive, crystalline energy. Creator, source. Mother, Father, God, the cosmos, the heart of all we be. Let this energy rain down through you and over you. Let down into the earth below. Beautiful. I just want to ask, please invite you to be open to fully receive whatever it is that you most require now at this time. I'll be channeling Reiki energy and love. Love, the greatest alchemy of all, is radiating from me to you. Ia ka tuku ia moko te shia ki ane ki o moko tuku I kai kati ki ai ana ki o moko oia pati e aishi ane ki a moko ia ki ana. We welcome all our beautiful guides and angels of the highest echelon to receive also to come with us, come close. Beautiful. And if you have anything in particular you wish, you can bring that forward. If you've got a particular loved one, invite to join in. Be human, animal, whatever you wish. Yeah. Ia kui, ia kia tia kui hui. Ia kui. Ia kui. Ia mo tuku I ka whiska maka te baraka shika ta moko tuku ni a me ko mo ki ka shika te a le ko mo ya te a te a te a me ko ya te a. Ia mo ko tuku ki para shika te ka pa te te na ka te te a mo ko te a na ma te te mo ko mo a te ki e sha ni ki a mo ko te a. Welcome to our here and now. I ask that you gentle healing continue. And seal everything out from the planet. Back into its normal state of being as far as all in harmony in resonance. We give so much thanks to everyone and everything that contributed today. And the 3 bells, a little bit, a little bit here and there. Nice deep breath. There you go. That was nice. Like that. So remember to drink lots of water, everyone, please. And maybe just step outside for a bit. Yeah.
Ground.
Oh, we can't ground enough. We just cannot ground enough. Or drink enough water. But yes, ground.
Totally. It's incredible what you can drink nowadays, you know. It's just like you almost need a hose to walk around with, you know.
And it
But
feels
as long
so
as it's
good.
from a spring, you know. But yeah, it's important how clean your water is as well, eh? Really important.
Oh, yeah. I don't ever touch tap water.
Yeah, lucky I travel with a Berkey filter, and I generally get my water from springs. But because I travel around, I don't always have access to them.
Oh, of course.
But the house that I'm at, they have a really good filter water. They're really conscious of the water, so I'm very blessed here. Thank you for that, Lynda. That was gorgeous. Yeah, it was really beautiful. I felt a strong grounding cord go down, and then yeah, we went up, connected with source. We came down, and then you said about what you need at the moment, and then I just found these angelic wings start caressing me. You know, they were just like caressing especially the back of my body. Um, and like we had a bit of a talk before we got on the podcast, and I mentioned how I was quite downloady today. And it just felt like everything just eased, you know, and I just all softened and helped that energy move through me. So it's really beautiful. And had Charlie the dog also come and join me. He came under my feet while you were going through, but then I'm not sure what this bit is about. Then he went away and he went over to a plant and knocked it over, and I think he broke the pot. So I'm not sure what that's about.
You have to go and have a look and see exactly what's going on there.
Maybe he was a bit too spaced out. Whee! Oh, but yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
My pleasure. It just feels so yummy when it comes through. And yeah, it's been a joy being here with you today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's good to connect, and you know, I'm really excited about bringing people together, and yeah, them shining their light and helping others to know that light within themselves, you know. So whatever we can bring through is, yeah, it's just to assist people to know who they truly are and express their own soul expression, which is what you're totally about. So
aren't we all, aren't we, brother, beautiful brother of mine? Yes. Yeah.
And I'd also, yeah, like to have podcasts where we come together and we do some sounding and light language together. So you know, maybe on another one we can do that at some point.
Yeah, that'll be beautiful. Yes.
And
Yeah,
even get a few of us.
I was so blessed at the first, because I had that call in of going to Castle Hill, but that was my first time there. And to have you there holding the and really, you know, doing the welcoming was just, yeah, so perfect. It was so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it was beautiful how we all came together, you know, because Gail hadn't really been in my life so much, especially going to Castle Hill and things, and then you're coming on your journey, and you just felt really cool to be there, and then we all just come together, and it was powerful, and yeah, it's a special space, like it's incredible.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything you'd like to share with the audience before we say hasta luego?
No, well, of course there is. There's always something to share. I've always got something to share.
Yes.
I mainly, not every day is going to be easy, but just we're so blessed that we're here, and it's such an exciting time, and it is going to work out absolutely perfect, and I do trust in that. So yeah, let's celebrate it. Let's have some fun and gather. Yeah, thank you so much. Awesome.
Beautiful,
Each other.
beautiful. Well, thank you, sister, and thank you all for listening. And go well. Love you very much. Take care, and vibe your joy.